I need big help. Supreme-like help, not party tricks. No offense.
The post-credit scene from Ironheart's last 3 episodes, which are now available on Disney+, introduces 3 new MCU projects. The final 3 installments of Ironheart were set up for explosive action when the Hood discovered that the titular character was the one who abandoned John to die in the conclusion of Ironheart Episode 3. Here are Ironheart's final 3 episodes, which conclude with a bargain between Riri and Mephisto, a long-theorized Marvel villain. Mephisto gave the Hood his abilities, and the latter also approached Riri to negotiate a contract. However, Ironheart's post-credit scene did not focus on this deal. Rather, it hinted at other possible future MCU films and television series. Following his defeat by Riri, Parker Robbins sought out Riri's magical buddy Zelma in Ironheart's post-credit scene. Parker requested her assistance, implying what might be in store for him by utilizing some crucial language connected to Zelma's background. As a result, many MCU plots might be set up by Ironheart's post-credit scene. The Ironheart post-credit scene sets up an MCU TV show that's on hold. Strange Academy is the first and possibly most evident MCU property that Ironheart's post-credit scene introduces. A few years ago, it was first revealed that Strange Academy will be based on the comic book series of the same name, in which Doctor Strange establishes an academy for young people who wield magic. It was thought that the show will focus on Wong and would include figures like America Chavez. Parker Robbins approaches Zelma, who has connections to Kamar-Taj, for assistance in the post-credit scene of Ironheart. Parker's statement that he requires Supreme-like help, which suggests he seeks assistance from the Sorcerer Supreme, is intriguing. Parker might enroll at the Strange Academy as a result of this. Nevertheless, following the studio's recent TV makeover, Strange Academy was one of 3 MCU TV series that were reportedly put on hold. The post-credit scene in Ironheart does not correspond with this update, which was published in February 2025. Parker's usage of the phrase Supreme to someone with Kamar-Taj ties can only refer to Doctor Strange. It's important to remember that Marvel did not completely cancel Strange Academy. According to the rumors, the series was only put on hold while TV was redesigned. This could indicate that, similar to Daredevil Born Again, Marvel Studios' creative team is trying to find a way to reimagine Strange Academy in a more conventional TV format. Parker Robbins and Zelma are 2 probable students if Strange Academy undergoes the same kind of transformation as Daredevil Born Again. The Ironheart post-credits scene sets up Season 2. Ironheart Season 2 is another MCU series that is set up in the post-credit scene. Parker and Zelma's teasing should be revived in the 2nd season of Strange Academy, which is when they both made their debuts, if Strange Academy is put on pause. After all, Ironheart has other loose threads besides the post-credit sequence. There were numerous storylines that needed to be continued after Ironheart's last episode. One was the whole Mephisto-Riri plot twist, and the other was Ezekiel Stane's unresolved issue with Riri. Mephisto brought Nat back to life, which can only portend bad things for Riri going forward. Ironheart Season 2 is hinted at in all of this. However, it's unclear if Ironheart Season 2 will be approved. Marvel hardly promoted the first season until it was abruptly thrown onto Disney plus 2 weeks later. This would imply that Ironheart Season 2 never even occurs, leaving Parker's magic-based clues and the other plotlines of the show unresolved. Ironheart's ending and post-credits scene could set up the MCU's Young Avengers. The show's post-credits scene may be teasing the Young Avengers by tying up some of Ironheart's loose narrative points. It's true that the Young Avengers in the MCU have been hinted about for some time, but it appears Marvel may be taking a different approach with them than the next theory. However, nothing is insurmountable. The notion in question is based on a Champions narrative that is frequently connected to Ironheart in Marvel Comics. In this plot, Mephisto deals with a number of young heroes, which results in Ironheart becoming possessed by Blackheart, his son. Mephisto may be seen negotiating with a number of young MCU heroes, maybe in an attempt to acquire each one. It would be easy to alter this Champions tale to one for the MCU's Young Avengers. In this manner, the magic plotline between Parker and Zelma may be revived. Parker may alter his mind and want to release Riri from Mephisto's control now that he is aware of his depravity. Although it seems improbable, weirder things have occurred. Parker might perhaps turn against Mephisto with Zelma at his side and possibly some guidance from Doctor Strange. Ironheart's post-credit scene presumably establishes a number of MCU plots. Whether or not these tales are realized depends only on Marvel's intended course for the character. It would be unfortunate if Ironheart didn't go on, although such promise was hinted at in a post-credit scene.